Hey there, Paul. Good afternoon. It's Jay Obertans at Rorik Mazda. So I wanted to thank you again for your time and consideration in checking out the CX30. So this particular one in front of me is the Preferred Equipment Group package, though the one that you would be looking at is in the Crystal White Pearl. And then it does have the grayish interior, which is sort of kind of like a combination of, obviously, as it sounds, gray and beige. There's going to be a lot of things to go over on this vehicle, not only from kind of its new sort of aggressive design language, but also you're going to notice there's quite a few touches that really push this car above class. Mazda in general is pushing themselves to compete directly against Acura, but what many don't know about the new CX30 alongside the new Mazda 3 line is they are joint partner ventures with Lexus. So there's quite a bit of Lexus DNA that trickles down into the vehicle here. Now, safety is a big concern for Mazda, so you'll see the sort of bright bluish lights. It is because they're LED. So same thing on your Miata Club, you have those very bright piercing blue headlamps. Now, you're going to notice in terms of kind of cycling back to safety that up here in the front grille, you'll see that big Mazda emblem, but if I press it, you're going to notice this Mazda emblem is not real. And if we look up on top of the windshield, you're going to see a big camera system there. So those work together, and anywhere from just coasting along all the way out to 80 miles an hour, if the car ever senses that you're about to crash, it's going to start an alarm and then slam on the brakes for you. It will stop before you hit whatever's in front of you. Much like those commercials I'm sure you might have seen on TV where like the driver looks away and it stops before it hits a truck or something. Now, lane keep assist is another, so if you start drifting out of the lane, the car will also beep at you but gently tug on the steering wheel to kind of help nudge you back in the center lane. And then you will have a full radar-based cruise control. The car can actually drive itself in traffic. It's a mechanism called stop and go. Now, with those LED lights, you can actually adjust the pitch of them, so you can kind of aim them down towards the road or up based upon the terrain that you're on or the seating position that you like to drive at. And then they can read light coming at them and cycle between the high and low beams automatically for you. You're going to have 18-inch alloy wheels as standard equipment. Kind of another unique thing with this vehicle is every light on this car is LED. All of your turn signals, your tail lights, you'll even see kind of how bright it illuminates your license plate lamps. Even your interior lights are all LED. Again, that's kind of that partnership with the Lexus sort of DNA pulling through. Now, obviously, it goes out through all-wheel drive. I'm not even going to mention the all-wheel drive system. It ranked out the best in the entire segment. But it is Mazda's iActive all-wheel drive system. Liftgate-wise, you'll notice that you'll have quite a bit of space here. So just depending upon if you have to haul things, it'll be kind of a nice blend. I will say your two trades make me chuckle a little bit. It's kind of like you have the perfect blend. You have a car that hauls nothing, and then you have a truck that hauls just about everything. So this will kind of be, as I mentioned, a blend. Now, on preferred packaging, I have to say I really like it, because you'll kind of notice that when you get the grayish, it's just your seating that is light, and then everything else is dark. However, difficult to see, they give you lapis accents in preferred, which I'll kind of run through here in a second. You'll see that you have rear vents. Now, the advanced key, so as long as the key is in your pocket or a bag, you can just walk up, and when you put your hand behind the handle, it senses you has the key and will unlock. Same way, there's a little button that you just tap it, and it will lock here. But if we go to the interior, you're going to kind of see very kind of Audi style. Everything's clean and horizontal. You do have a much larger screen than your current Miata. This is 8.8 inches. Now, gone is the touch functionality. So unlike your current MX-5, if you're stopped or parked, you could reach up and touch everything. That functionality is gone. Everything is on the new Mazda command system. You'll see it's a little bit bigger, kind of bolder. But you might notice, hey, that center console looks a little bit blue. Even the top of my dashboard looks a little bit blue, and if I take my cell phone light here, let me try to pull it up, you'll see that your accents in the interior are blue. Same way with the top portion of your dash that goes all the way across, which is that lapis accent that you get with the preferred package. Now, if I hop in here real quick, I do have power seats. Nice little addition. You'll notice set 1 and 2, I have memory seats. And then you'll see that little Bose plaque. You have a very, very intricate Bose system. You're going to notice here, there's no speaker in the door. In fact, they moved the door speaker up underneath the dash and put your highest speakers in the crawl. You'll see right up here, this is a speaker, as well as here in the door. Now down here, this rolls around, rocks around, much like your current MX-5 press down volume. So similar setup. though it will take a little bit getting used to. You'll have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So for instance, your entire cell phone will prompt up here. Dual climate system. You'll see I have my heated seats, heated side mirrors. If I shift into reverse, of course, you're going to have your backup camera, something that you'd expect, as well as park assist mirrors. You might see that mirror folded down on the right side. Same way as I can hit this left mirror button, and then now you see that the left mirror tilts down instead. But each safety system I went over is programmable or personable. You can kind of go through and set the sensitivity on how you want them. From the driver assistance, one thing I did forget to mention under driver assistance is driver attention alert. There's actually a small little camera in the speedometer, because you might see that looks like a regular speedometer, but that's actually a digital gauge. You can go to a kind of a digital speedometer as you have, actually no, I'm sorry. So in your Miata, you have the tachometer center and then the speedometer on the opposite side. So I apologize, but regardless, that changes. There's a small camera in there that looks at the driver. And if it senses that you're slouching or falling asleep, it'll actually kind of alert you that, hey, maybe some rest is required. And you can kind of set up the sensitivity of the collision avoidance or the lane keep assist. You have a pedal misuse if you use the gas and brake at the same time. I would say for you, especially coming from the Miata, it might just be the no more use of that third pedal. But likewise, cup holders abound here. You'll have a big old center storage. This armrest is also can kind of be adjusted a little bit. I'll pull that back up there. So again, there's going to be a lot of features. You have a new key fob design. So unlike the oval of your Miata, this is a square with all of the buttons kind of alongside with the advanced key. So if your club is equipped with the advanced key, you'll have a little black button on the door handle. So similar, I guess, setup here. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of other features to go over, from blind spot to just in the system itself, that I don't want to feel like I'm making you a whole movie. I just kind of more or less wanted to explain sort of how much this car pushed itself upscale alongside its uniqueness. Now, one thing I may or may not have mentioned was the RORIC Advantage, and that's something very unique to us. We're the largest Mazda dealer in the entire region, but we're ranked number 11 in terms of the nation for customer satisfaction. And a way that we do it is in just kind of to summarize it is we actually give a damn. So for instance, all of your oil changes, your inspections, loaner cars, when you come in, that is all free for life. You will never pay for any of those in the lifetime that you own one of our vehicles. But more importantly is treatment. So I promise you, if you have an issue or anything that comes up, we'll be there to take care of it. Word of mouth by far is the most powerful form of advertising. But once more, I really do appreciate it, Paul. I'm going to go ahead and run downstairs and upload this video here. I'll send you over the quote on a white CX30 Preferred with the grayish interior, all-wheel drive, alongside the front and rear mud flaps accessory installed, and kind of using my, quote, guesstimates on the trade-ins, and look forward to hearing back. Thanks for the opportunity.